iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Tonight, we are here at the Kokomo Speedway in Kokomo, Indiana for another winter season for what is the Gamble Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Winter Season Week number 9. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for the first of two races here on Ultimate Dirt TV with the Coast to Coast Racing Network and with the Coast to Coast Racing League. Up first, it is your RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. Right now, we are getting ready to roll into heat racing. No, in fact, we're going to go qualifying. Sorry, it's going to be qualifying. It's 2 minutes for these drivers to set the fastest lap. They'll have 2 laps to lay down their best lap time here at the Kokomo Speedway. Again, going off what the format is going to be just to keep everybody up to date with how it's all going to work. So far, it is going to be qualifying. That's on the program right now. We're 30 seconds into that 2-minute qualifying session. There'll be 3 heat races. Now, everybody, with 23 cars in attendance, everybody is going to make the main event, so no need to run a consolation race. But heat races will be 6 laps in distance. The invert is going to be 4, which means our fastest 3 qualifiers will start from positions number 4 in the 3 respected heat races. So if you're sitting in about 10th, 11th, and 12th, well, you will start on pole of heat races number 1, 2, and 3. So looking forward to seeing how all that plays out. Again, we're coming off what has been another fantastic week. So just to keep everybody up to date here with the Coast to Coast Racing League here on this Gambler Motorsports. Thursday night thunder, the RSN Trackside 350A Modified Division is up first. After that one is done, we'll move over to the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds. Again, we're going to stay right here at this very racetrack. Again, both those races broadcast to you live here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. After that is done, Ultimate Dirt TV, we're going to shut our stream off. We've got something else to do at 9:30, but however, don't fear with the Coast to Coast Racing League and Coast to Coast Racing Network. They are still going to be live. It will be the Pro Late Models. Now, that will also be on Extreme E-Speed TV for the Pro Late Models, and then to wrap up the night, it'll be the NASCAR Xfinity, and they are going to head to the Richmond Raceway. So big 4 races once again here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. And the first of what is going to be a quadruple header on Coast to Coast Racing Network, and a triple header on Ultimate Dirt TV as we bring you back alive here from the virtual Kokomo Raceway. Qualifying is done and dusted. Let's take a look at those heat race number 1 lineups here for your RSN Trackside 358 Modified. Scott Ramey lines up the 4 car from position number 1. Jeff Sharp in caliber 28. He'll start from position number 2. We go back to row number 2 inside the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. He'll start position number 3, rolling up out of position number 4. Fastest in qualifying, Isaac Salas will go to the outside of that second row. Brian Dickens will roll off the 122 machine from position number 5 to his outside. The 007 of Michael Vecchio will start position number 6. John Hayne lines up the Extreme E-Speed TV, caliber 71 from position number 7. And driving the Castleberry Flagstone 18 machine of Logan Wentz to roll off out of position number 8. As the pace car is already to the infield, we are ready to go racing. Rayomi and Sharp will lead us to the green flag off for turn number 4. Here we go. RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds here at the Kokomo Speedway's green. Look at Salas just wheeling and dealing on the top side of the racetrack. He's looking to go from 4th into the race lead here on the opening lap. Rayomi is going to lead. Now Salas diving down to the inside of Rayomi. Rayomi through the middle of the speedway. Down the back straightaway we go. Second time of 6 circuits, so the drivers, they need to not waste any time. They need to get up on the wheel and make this happen as we continue to put another lap into the books. Here is upstairs once again goes Isaac Salas, watching Jeff Sharp in the 28 machine. No use watching the battle for the transfer positions right now because there is no transfer position. Everybody is going to make tonight's main event. Salas again, rim riding the cushion, rim riding the concrete wall through 1 and 2. He's upstairs once again in 3 and 4, but it's Scott Rayomi in the 4 car leading the way here to complete lap number 4 with just 2 circuits to go. But again, Isaac Salas now goes from the outside to the inside. He's going to look for the race lead. It's Scott Rayomi too good through the middle of the raceway. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for that 4 car as he works down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 for the final time. Rayomi will protect, and he is going to come away victorious in heat race number 1. So it's just like that. It's done and dusted, opening heat race of the night. Always very little time. Moving on to heat race number 2, but here is your result. Heat number 1, Scott Rayomi, Isaac Salas, Jeff Sharp, Kurt Schatzer, your top 4, John Hayne, your top 5, Logan Wentz, Michael Vecchio, and Brian Dickens for the drivers in heat race number 1. Heat number 2 will look like this. Anthony Morano will line up on the pole position. Michael Vitale in the 213 machine. He'll start from position number 2. Second row inside with the 007, the expert insultation entry of Samuel Backman from position number 3. The 97 of Butch Baker will roll off out of position number 4. Randall Dixon pilots the 011 machine from 5. Jason Butterfield on the 93 from 6. And then we go back to Dan McLaren, the World Star Yeti number 88 machine from position number 8. Heat race number 2. Coming back to racing here at Kokomo. GYATK, if you know, you know. Baker again. Well, Baker doing what Salas did there on the opening lap, looking to go from the outside of the second row. But it's Michael Vitali to lead lap number 1. 3 wide as Backman goes to the inside of Morano. Baker was upstairs. Morano now going to move up a line in front of Baker. Baker again nearly pushing him all the way. Well, he does push him. He pushes him all the way around. Unfortunately, Morano goes around. Butterfield McLaren in 3rd and 4th position. 2nd is Samuel Backman with Michael Vitali leading the way right now. Backman with 2, make that 3 to run. He's 1 point, well, he's about half a second away, but it just opens up to 9/10 a second. 1.1, yet really chopping and changing here in Kokomo. McLaren to the inside on Jason Butterfield as they work down into turn number 1. McLaren again to the inside, just making it work all the way around the inside of the raceway. He's got to be careful not to get that infield tractor tie because they do not move, but they can hurt you with 2 to run. Make it, white flag is out. Final time in heat race number 2 of 3. And Michael Vitali in the 2:13 showing the way here at the Kokomo Speedway. Michael Vitali will get the win in heat race number 2. We'll take a look at those official results coming up on screen. There they are. Michael Vitali will win heat race number 2 from Samuel Backman, Dan McLaren, Jason Butterfield, Randall Dixon, your top 5, Butch Baker and Anthony Morano, the 7 drivers in heat number 2. Heat number 3 will look like this. Trevor Garreau in the 075 Super Dirt Car Series entry. He'll line up on the pole position. The Team RWB 513 car, Jeffrey Barker from position number 2. Trent Verstraeten in the Super Dirt Car Series 088 machine rolls off at a position number 3. Kelly Wheeler in the Fusion Setup Shop 111 machine will line up at a position number 4. Jake Henry, the 171 Figures Unlimited, rolls off at a 5 in the Full Throttle Motorsports 83. Dylan Kinsey from position number 6. And Matt Schaefer in the HBR entry in car number 81 will roll off at a position number 7. Final heat race of the night before we move into what will be the warm-up session as Verstraeten now going to look for the race lead. Garreau going to go upstairs, maybe through the middle of the race, where it's probably the best way around as there goes Jeffrey Barker through the middle. Verstraeten will lead lap number 1. Barker, Kinsey from the back of the bus in this one has found his way to position number 4. Verstraeten catches that tyre and goes around from hero to 0. Unfortunately, Jeffrey Barker will lead lap number 2. Garreau to the inside on Dylan Kinsey. Kinsey, boys, making it work. And Dylan Kinsey from position number 6 has now found himself into a battle with Jeffrey Barker for the race lead. We're halfway home here in the final heat race of the night. 3 down and 3 to run. Barker on the inside in car number 513. Kinsey in the black and yellow 83 machine through the middle of the raceway. And boy, the 83 car, it is glued down right now here at the Kokomo Speedway. They'll come to the white flag. Trevor Garreau, Kelly Wheeler, Jake Henry. Wheeler and Henry battle it out for positions number 4 and 5. Garreau comes after Barker for that runner-up spot, but Barker now good back on the inside of the raceway into 3 and 4 final time. Barker and Kinsey. Kinsey's going to get the run. Garreau to the outside of Barker. Boy, what a battle that was for that second and third spot. Let's take a look at those official results coming up on screen. The warm-up session is upon us. Dylan Kinsey wins from Jeffrey Barker. Trevor Garreau, your top 3. Kelly Wheeler, Jake Henry, your top 5. Matt Schaefer and Trent Verstraeten will make up the 7 drivers in what is heat race number 3. RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds here tonight from the Kokomo Speedway. With the warm-up session now been slated, we'll take this opportunity to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We'll come back with your big block modified, your 358 Modifieds up after this one. All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Campbell Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder for the RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for your 30-lap main event. On the pole position with a 4-car of Scott Ramey to the outside of the front row. Driving the 213 car of Michael Vitale. He'll line up at a position number 2. Dylan Kinsey rolls off at a position number 3. Isaac Salas will start from position number 4. Your fifth starter will be Samuel Backman in the 007. The 513 of Jeffrey Barker from position number 6. From 7 with the 28 car of Jeff Sharp. From 8 the 88 of Dan McLaren. From 9 the 075 of Trevor Garreau. Kurt Schatzer rolls off the 218 from 10. From 11 the 93 of Jason Butterfield. From 12 the 11 of Kelly Wheeler. From 13, the 71 of John Hain. From 14, the 011 of Randall Dixon. From position number 15, the 171 of Jake Henry. From 16, the 18 of Logan Wentz. From 17, the 97 of Butch Baker. From 18, the 81 of Matt Schaefer. Michael Vecchio, the 007, out of position number 19. Anthony Morano, the 32, from position number 20. Trent Verstraeten in the 088 from 21. Brian Dickens in the 122 machine from position number 22. And our field is set. Our 22 starters roll around for what is going to be 30 laps on the board here at the Kokomo Speedway. As they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag about to wave. Rayomi and Vitale. Let's get dirty for 30 here at the Kokomo Speedway and get your ass to Kokomo. If you know, you know. We're 2 and nearly 3 wide through the field, and Isaac Salas once again with a run will go yellow. Jake Henry in the 171 car around. Just had a little help there with Butch Baker in the 97 car. So here's another look at that 171 car. So the Gears Unlimited 171. He goes to the tail end of the field. So first caution of the evening. So wait for the lights to go out on the iRacing.com Steve King Foundation safety car, the pace car. It's up and we're coming back to green off turn number 4. Scott Rayomi in the 4 car, Michael Vitale in the 213 outside the front row. So essentially 1 in the books, 29 to go. The comeback to basically a complete restart. Then we're back underway. A main time once again. Kinsey again immediately to the inside. They went 3 wide. Look out, 3 wide down the back straight away. Salas, Vitale and Kinsey. Salas upstairs. Kinsey on the inside of Vitale right through the middle of the raceway. Vitale holds on to position number 2 at the start finish line. Going to be big in the grand scheme of things if there was a yellow to come out. And now here comes Isaac Salas. Boy up on the cushion and high, wide and handsome. Up to position number 2 and not done with just yet. Vitale gets into the back of him. Oh my goodness. Problems for our second and third place drivers. Salas with a run on the outside of Vitale. Vitale, unfortunately, oh well. I mean, without getting too much into this one. Yeah, no, Vitale got him, unfortunately. You just see it right at the opening on the entry down into turn number 1. Right there. Just gets him. Kinsey involved, Schatzer involved, Wheeler involved, Dixon involved, Hain involved, Morano involved. They somehow pulled it up, but boy, that is tough. However, Scott Rayomi is your race leader. Lights around on the pace car. Again, the field doubles up into 2x2 formation. Rayomi, Kinsey on the front row, Backman Alongside Barker in row 2, Trevor Garreau, Dan McLaren. They find themselves in the third row. Sharp and Butterfield, row number 4, and the green flag is out. I notice there's no Patrick Spangler here this evening, so not sure where that 39 car is, but we still race on with 22 cars on the raceway. And again, they go 2 and 3 wide. Meanwhile, Dylan Kinsey going to look to the outside here on Scott Raomi, looking for the race lead as they work down into 1 and 2. Garreau went to the inside as he now moves up to position number 3 with Kinsey and Raomi. Kinsey again just a little bit higher than what Raomi is off for turn number 4. And Dylan Kinsey is going to lead what is lap number 6. Garreau to the inside of the 075 machine, just finding the shortest way around the tight little ball ring known as Kokomo Speedway. And again, Garreau coming up, the race leader of Dylan Kinsey down into turn number 1 and 2. He looks just a little bit better in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is that what is going to be the downfall there of Trevor Garreau. Raomi still holding on to position number 3. Samuel Backman in that 007 machine in position number 4. Here comes Trent Verstraeten out of the inside. Verstraeten, remember, in that heat race, he went from hero to 0, ended up finishing dead last, so he's had to come from the near tail end of the field. As we look at who's made up the most spots, Verstraeten, he is up 16 positions, make it 17. 16 if he runs, so he's come from 21st to a top 5 at the minute. Boy, what a battle you've got. Look at the top 5 on screen. You can really throw a blanket over from Trevor Garreau now. Again, he's looking for the race lead down into turn number 3 and 4. Kinsey again through the middle, Garreau to the outside. That is too close to call. Only a few 1,000ths of a second. Oh boy, Verstraeten again. Did that left front catch the tyre? Raomi, Samuel Backman as well. Boy, what a battle this is. Backman now back to the outside on Verstraeten in the 088 machine. Raomi again got the company with Trent on the inside and Samuel Backman in the 007 behind him. This time Kinsey's going to run low through turn number 3 and 4. And just like that, we're only a couple of laps away from half race distance as Verstraeten now goes to the inside of Raomi, picks up position number 3 down into turn number 3 and 4. Oh boy, Verstraeten, you don't want deja vu to come. Here comes Samuel Backman now coming after him. Verstraeten now to the inside, going from position number 21 all the way up to position number 2. Raomi goes upstairs into 3 and 4. We'll bring on the yellow Z81 car of Matt Schaefer. Let's see if he had a helping hand in this one or whether he went all on his own. Oh no, I had a little bit of a helping hand there with the 218 car of Kurt Schatzer. Gee whiz. Have a go at this. Gee, this racetrack and these guys are putting on one hell of a spectacle here tonight at the Kokomo Speedway. It's all about who can get the job done, who will take home the glory here at Kokomo. Ready to go back racing, halfway home, 15 down, 15 to run here at Kokomo. Gambler Motorsports, RSN trackside, 358 modified on the raceway. We're in the A main. Verstraeten again will go to battle with Dylan Kinsey for that runner-up position, second and third on screen. Verstraeten down to the inside. Kinsey again going to work it upstairs. Samuel Backman by the 4-car of Scott Raomi. Jeff Sharp nearly closing in on top 5 position. But here is your battle for the top 3 positions right now. Garreau and Verstraeten on the inside. Kinsey still wheeling and dealing up on the top side of the raceway. Through the middle goes the 83 car. And you go back to the heat race earlier on at the night with what was heat number 3s will go yellow. And Dylan Kinsey went from the back to the front. And he done it just going through the middle. So yellow on the raceway once again here at Kokomo Speedway. Again, we're just waiting for the lights to go out. So 11 more circuits around Kokomo for Trevor Garreau. Can he hold on to a victory? We'll wait and find out. Can Dylan Kinsey find his way to victory lane? The lights are out. Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder RSN Trackside 358 modified divisions. Don't forget the catalytic recovery big block modifieds to come up after this one. Probably in about 10 to 15 minutes time is when you're probably going to see some big block modifieds take to the racetrack. Maybe about 20 minutes at the bottom of the hour. Here we go. 19 complete, 11 to run. Verstraeten again to the inside right there on Dylan Kinsey into turn number 1 and 2. Now again pulls alongside Samuel Backman trying to wheel and deal and hustle and bustle on the top side of the racetrack. Verstraeten now will move to the runner-up position at the start-finish line. He's just making it work on the low side of the raceway. Here comes Kinsey again, rolling right through the middle of Speedway into 3 and 4. And he seems to have 3 and 4 figured out. They're just sick. He's just losing a whole lot of speed in turn number 1. Help for turn number 2, and again he just closes in on the 088 machine. Maybe needs to go through the middle of the raceway. Oh, Butch Baker around. Yellow, Butch Baker around in the 97 car. Contact with Isaac Salas in the 5. They both just sent it upstairs. Salas just got a little bit better of a run into turn number 3 in the 97 car. Oh, Baker will go around. A tough break for Butch Baker after going, I think, what was second quick earlier on this evening. All right, so the pace car will hopefully turn its lights off this time. Don't forget, catalytic recovery, big block modifieds to come after this one. The lights are out, and we've still got Ultimate Dirt TV. We've got a triple header here this evening. 2 out of the 3 will come from the Coast to Coast Racing League. 9:30 Eastern is when we'll be live for the Down and Dirty Outlaw Pro Late Model Series, but more on that later on. Let's worry about Coast to Coast Racing League first. We've got RSN Trackside 358 modified main event with 7 laps left to run. We go back to the green. This time Kinsey's going to figure it well. I'll just stay to the inside of the raceway as he holds on to position number 2. Down to the bottom side again. Maybe just needs to again keep it through the middle of 3 and 4, but stay to the bottom side of turn number 1 and 2. Verstraeten out to the inside on Kinsey as they work down the back straight away, side by side, fender to fender, wheel to wheel, down into turn number 3. 5 to go at the start-finish line for your race leader. We're watching Verstraeten and Dylan Kinsey working out top and bottom right there, as it's going to be Verstraeten who had second at the start-finish line. They'll come into 3 and 4 with just 4 circuits to go. Verstraeten got a little crossed up there on the exit of turn number 4. He just got it a little bit wider. The 075 machine just starting to fade away right now. And not the time to fade away, not with 3 to run, not when you've got Kinsey and Verstraeten, who are dead set on a roll right now. Top and bottom, they start to reel in your race leader. Have the tyres gone away on the 075 machine? It certainly looks that way. You've now got a 3-way dance for the race lead. Kinsey upstairs, down into turn number 1 and 2 we go, just gets into the wall. That'll pretty much end his race for a chance at a podium position or even the race win. White flag is out for Verstraeten and Trevor Garreau. Or it's going to be on for young and old right now. Verstraeten to the inside. Here he comes back to the outside. Verstraeten down into 3 and 4. Garreau going to slide it up right across the nose. They're back to the outside. Trent Verstraeten. It's a photo finish. A photo finish for Trent Verstraeten and Trevor Garreau. I can tell you now, 10 1/1000th of a second is all that separates Trevor Garreau, Trent Verstraeten for the race win. One of these drivers is going to be absolutely elated with jubilation and going to park it into victory lane in the Brian Clausen Park at victory lane cam. Who's it going to be? I'll let you find out here in just a few moments' time. Here he comes, about to pull up on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Trevor Garreau. He will park it in Brian Clausen victory lane. What a feature race that was to finish off the night. Trevor Garreau, 10/1000th of a second over Trent Verstraeten, Dylan Kinsey in third. Brian Dickens, 4. Samuel Backman rounds out your top 5. 6 will go to Isaac Stella. 7th is Anthony Morano. Kurt Schatzer, Jeff Sharp and Logan Wentz will make up your top 10. 11th will go to Scott Rayomi Kelly. Wheeler, 12th. Dan McLaren, 13th. Michael Vitale. John Hain round out your top 15. Then you go back to Randall Dixon, Jeffrey Barker, Jake Henry, Butch Baker, Matt Schaefer, your top 20 cars. And still the 20 cars on the lead lap for Michael Vecchio, 2 laps down in 21st. Jason Butterfield, 4 laps down in position number 22. Let's take a quick chat to the drivers that come home with your top 3. We'll chat to third place driver right now. It's the 83 car of Dylan Kinsey. Dylan, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight. Boy, that was a hell of a race up until those final couple of laps where you made that mistake. This 83 car was on an absolute tear tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm actually really surprised. I really don't like this track at all. I don't really know how to race it. And after that heat race, that shocked me that I drove from 6th up to the front. And then yeah, that last couple laps, I tapped the wall and I thought it was going to be good, but then my front end came around and got sucked in it, and I thought it was over with. And then I don't know, I just put my head down and just drove hard through the middle.
Well, I tell you what, what's it going to take to go one or even 2 better? What's it going to take to go 1 or 2 better here in the big block modifieds?
I got to figure out the bottom a little better maybe. But hopefully the same line is going to work for big block. I kind of like that line that I was running.
Hang on. All right. Sorry, Dylan. All right, before we let you go, Dylan, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 83 car. Dylan, you want to thank everybody involved on the 83 car?
Yeah, I got to thank everyone at Full Throttle Motorsports. I've gotten better since I've been with those guys, and all the guys are over there. They're all good guys. I got to thank Dean Reynolds at Super Dirt Car, you Brett for the broadcast, and everyone at Coast to Coast that makes it happen.
All right, guys. Sorry, we just had something go down. All right, let's chat to second place driver of Trent Verstraeten. In fact, let's just change the microphones because for some reason this one is not picking it up all that well. Check 1 2 1 2. All right, Trent Verstraeten home in second spot. Trent, boy, I tell you what, this ADA machine from 21st to 2nd, that is a hell of a run, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm honestly pretty surprised by it. Just kind of got lucky there.
You flip the switch. Let's go back. Let's talk about that heat race. You go from leading, you make one little mistake on the low side, which puts you at a 7th place finish in the heat race. Does that bring the confidence down a little bit, or what was the confidence like right after that second heat race?
Yeah. So kind of just got it. I don't know what happened. Just kind of stepped on it and went into 3 and 4 really weird, and kind of had to lock it up and then spun out. So yeah, it was definitely the confidence went like plummeting down there, and I kind of was just trying to we went from trying to win the race to just trying to survive. But honestly, we got a lot luckier than I thought we would.
Talk us through that last lap when you got a run there on Trevor and you decided to go to the middle. 10/1000th of a second was all that separated you two at the end. That must have been exciting from inside the cockpit of that 088.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so just kind of knew that Dylan was making it work there for a while because me and him were swapping back and forth the position, like second and third. And then once I seen that he dropped back because he hit the wall or whatever, I was like, if I want to try to go for the win, I gotta switch my lineup. So I went and took the middle of 3 and 4 since it was working really good for Dylan, and almost made it work against Trevor, but he held on for the win, so good for him.
Trent, hell of a drive from 21st up to position number 2, buddy. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 088 machine.
Sorry, you're kind of breaking up there. I didn't catch a word of that.
I was just saying, we'll let you thank everybody involved. Oh, hang on. All right, better now. No, hang on 1 second. Let me just change microphones. All right, that should be a little better for the moment. Trent, I was just going to say, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 088 machine for a second place finish.
Yeah, so I'd just like to give a shout out to Dean Reynolds and the Super Dirt Car Series and Roger and everyone behind the scenes.
Seem to have lost everything.
C2C,
1 second.
And
just things go wrong. They go wrong.
And you for broadcasting every week.
All right, got a copy now. Trent. Ah, boy. It's bringing that one down. Trent, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, no, hang on. Now I've lost everything. 1 second. Hang on. I'm just going to turn the headset off. Apologies, folks. For some reason, these things just like to happen. All right, Trent now. Check 1, 2.
Yep. Can you hear me?
No, I've got you. Hang on just 1 second. Now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I got you. Sorry. All right. Now, we'll try this for a third time. It's all on my end, by the way. Now I'll let you thank everybody involved in this 088 machine.
Yeah, so I'd just like to give a shout out to Dean Reynolds and the Super Dirt Car Series for sponsoring, and Roger and everyone behind the scenes at C2C for putting the league on, and you for broadcasting every week.
Trent, well done on second spot. We'll see you back in the Big Block Modifieds very shortly.
Thank you.
All right, Trent for Stratton home in second spot. Home in first place tonight, Trevor Garreau in the 075. Trevor, 10 1,000th of a second. That is all that separates you and victory lane. How does this one feel, knowing that, boy, it come right down to the final lap?
Well, I'm happy I'm on the right side of a photo finish this time. It's been haunting me ever since that finish between me and Isaac there, when he ran me down with a 2-second lead. So I'm happy to be on the right side of it.
I'm going to ask you, with about 4 or 5 to go, it looked like the tyres were faded away on this 075 car. Was that the way that you felt, or were you just getting a little bit more nervous, lap after lap, knowing that you were closing in on a potential checkered flag?
Yeah, I'm notorious for getting nervous when the laps are winding down and you're leading, and so it's probably a little bit of both. Probably a little bit more of my nerves. I know I got real close to the tires there a couple times, and then I could kind of feel my right rear was sliding a lot on exit. I probably burnt it up pretty bad.
Trevor, well done on the victory here tonight in the RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everyone involved on the 075 car.
Oh yeah, I just want to thank my teammate Trent there for that was some good racing there. I mean, he probably could have dumped me and for the win, and he's just that type of guy. He doesn't want to win like that, right? So shout out to him and my good buddy Caleb and you for doing the broadcast, and Dean Reynolds at the Super Dirt Car Series, and everyone at C2C.
Trevor, well done on the win. We'll see you back in the Big Block Modifieds very shortly, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Trevor Garreau home in position number 1. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back in just a few short moments.
time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a
bit of a hiatus, so let's get. Tonight when we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is now time for the catalytic recovery. Big block modifiers to take to the racetrack here at the Kokomo Speedway in a field of what is going to be 19 drivers have signed into the virtual pit area. We've just come off the RSN trackside 358 modified division where it was Trevor Garreau getting a 10/1000th of a second victory over Trent Verstraeten home in second spot, Dylan Kinsey in third, and boy, what a race that was in the distance of 30 laps. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler once again with you for the call as we get set for winter season week number 9 here at the Kokomo Speedway. I'm not sure how long we've got left in the practice session. I believe we are just waiting for the actual decision to come through from race control. And of course, once that is all done, we'll be able to let you know. But to keep up to date with what's going on here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, here on this Thursday Night Thunder, of course, you got the catalytic recovery big block modifiers to come. After this one, Ultimate Dirt TV will shut off after this broadcast. However, Coast to Coast Racing Network is still going to be live. We're then going to switch it over to also Extreme eSpeed TV, who will take over the Pro Late Models and the NASCAR Xfinity cars from the Richmond Raceway. We're not too far away from what will be qualifying session here. And again, just to recap what is going to be for the format, I should say. The format for tonight's big block modifieds. It's going to be practice. We're almost wrapped up with the practice session right now. We're then going to move into 2 minutes of qualifying, 2 laps. Then we'll move into the first of 3 heat races. Again, there will be 6 laps in distance. We're going to have an inversion from qualifying to the heat races. Again, that inversion number is going to be 4. So the top 12 are going to be inverted. So first, second, and third fastest will start from position number 4 in the respected heat races. No need for a consolation race here this evening. Again, like I said, 19 cars signing into the pit area. We'll have a warm-up session and then our 30-lap A main event to come here from the Kokomo Speedway. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to show you qualifying. Yes, we are qualifying on the program right now. And let's see who one of the first drivers is on the raceway to get out there and turn a lap time here at Kokomo Speedway, Kokomo, Indiana. And we see one of the first cars on the raceway is going to be the 513 car of Jeffrey Barker. Jeffrey Barker in the Mega Plumbing Bilstein 513 car. Again, we still wait for those fastest times to come through. Now, these times, the good thing about this one, the good thing about qualifying is at the moment, is the fact that everybody gets to hit the racetrack at the same time. Isaac Salas, quick time with a 12.440. Barker, 6 quick with a 12.793. Dixon, now there's Anthony Morano in car number 32 laying down a lap time. Or about to lay down a lap time, trying to chase Isaac Salas with a 12.440. Morano going to go position number 12. Trevor Garreau 8th. Quick Dylan Kinsey. Kelly Wheeler on the racetrack. Michael Vecchio also on the speedway as well. Vecchio 18th. Quick with a 14.560. A 14.560. Lap number 2. Boy, not the lap there for Michael Vecchio. So Kelly Wheeler. Let's see if Kelly can lay down a lap time in the Fusion setup shot. Dirt FX Designs number 110 car. Wheeler 12th quick with a 12.906. A 12906 for Kelly Wheeler. And of course that will wrap up the qualifying session here. Again, there's just 10 seconds left, but it is going to be all but done and dusted here from the Kokomo Speedway for qualifying here with the big block modifieds. And again, we'll take a look, or we'll come up to the 3 heat races on the program. Isaac Salas again up. They're going quick time for the second time tonight. He will start outside outside the second row. Here we go. Your starting lineup, heat race number 1 for the catalytic recovery big block modified. Samuel Backwin rolls up the Full Throttle Motorsports number 7 machine from pole position. Jeff Sharp in car number 28 roll off at a position number 2. Position number 3, driving the Full Throttle Motorsports number 4 car. That's Scott Rayomi and Isaac Salas in the Venom Racing Exhibitor Car Series number 5. Will start from position number 4. Anthony Morano, the Full Throttle Motorsports 32 car, will start from position number 5 from 6. Driving the Castleberry Flagstone 18 machine. That's Logan Wentz. And to the back of the bus, Michael Vecchio in the AMR number 007 car will start from position number 7. Heat race number 1 here at the Kokomo Speedway. Safety car is already off the racetrack. Samuel Bachman and Jeff Sharp, front row, catalytic recovery, big block modified, green flag is out. Heat race number 1. And Bachman going to lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Keep an eye on the Venom Racing Super Car Series number 5. Car by Zach Salas straight to the top shelf down into turn number 3 and 4. Salas comes up the sharp as he finds himself into position number 2. But Samuel Bachman leads the way. The winner of this one will start on pole of tonight's 30-lap main event. Bachman now going to choose to go up to the top side of the racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. He'll do the same into 1 and 2, trying to take the line away from Isaac. Salas just trying to slow the 5 up, but Salas not going to be slowed down just yet. He'll go down to the inside, looks for the slide jump on Bachman, and Bachman around the outside. Bachman still holds on to the race lead, now nearly 3-1 as they work through turn number 1 and 2. Bachman, Salas and Sharp. Sharp not giving an inch now on the inside of the racetrack. Logan went from the back of the field as they work down the front straightaway here in heat race number 1. Catalytic recovery, big block modifieds here from the Kokomo Speedway. Salas again coming up the Sharp as they work down into turn number 3. It's still going to be Samuel Bachman leading the way with just 1 lap left to go. Bachman, final time and down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag coming out for Samuel Bachman. All right, apologies about that. We just had to take an urgent phone call. But heat number 2, again, apologies not going through the starting grid. Trevor Garreau leads. Jeffrey Barker, Trent Verstraeten, Randall Dixon, John Haynes. And then you go back to Michael Vitale. Haynes to the top side, down into 3 and 4. Verstraeten again, boy, just looks like he's struggling a little bit down to the low side, but now comes back after the Mega Plumbing Bilstein 513 car of Jeffrey Barker. Garreau, your race leader, picked up the win in the RSN trackside 358 modified by 10/1000 of a second over the man on screen in the Yo88 machine. Oh boy, problems for Barker. He caught the infield tractor tire. Here comes John Hayne out of the top shelf down into turn number 3 and 4. He comes Hayne around the outside. Oh my God, John Hayne, did he steal that one from Jeffrey Barker? No. Heat 2 results coming up on your screen. Garreau, Barker, just from Hayne, Verstraeten, Dixon and Vitale. Gee, the heat races are turning it on. Heat number 3, Kelly Wheeler will start alongside Dan McLaren on the front row. Then you go back to Matt Schaefer alongside Jason Butterfield. Row 3, the final row will be Dylan Kinsey and Jake Henry to make up the 6 cars in heat race number 3. As we get set once again here for Kokomo Speedway, catalytic recovery, big block modifieds here. Once again, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, live on the on Ultimate Dirt TV. come back to the green. Oh, we'll come to the green for the first time in heat race number 3. Dan McLaren, Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler on the inside. McLaren, look at that leg, nearly 3 and 4 wide, almost down the back straight. Through 1 and 2, I should say. 3 wide. Look at Matt Schaefer roll. The inside of the speedway gets tight. Nearly comes up into the side of Wheeler, but Dan McLaren and Wheeler again. Schaefer roll on the inside. Kinsey to the inside on Butterfield, but your race is on for the race lead. McLaren in the 88 to the top shelf, down into 3 and 4. Then you go back to Schaefer in Carnival 81, boys. Schaefer making it work in that 81, 3 wide down off turn number 2. McLaren, and then look at that battle between Wheeler, Butterfield, Kinsey. Big gap back to about a second, back to Jake Henry, but boy, the battle is on right now for first, second, third, fourth, and fifth position. And the 6 cars in this one are really putting on a show, all except, and I hate to say this, but Jake Henry, oh no, McLaren got into the side, and that's taken out 3 and 4 cars. Now it turns into a two-way horse. A 2-horse race right now between Kelly Wheeler and Dylan Kinsey. And can Kinsey do it again? Can he lock out? And can he show some speed in the heat race to get himself a good starting spot in tonight's main event? Wheeler, Kinsey, down the back straightaway, 3 and 4 for the final time. Kinsey tried it deep into 3 off for turn number 4. Kelly Wheeler victorious. Second will go to Kinsey, Henry third, Schaefer fourth. Fifth will go to Butterfield and Dan McLaren, I believe, somewhat just stopped on the front straightaway after getting into the back and causing that little pile up there on the front straightaway. So an honourable mention there to Dan McLaren, who'd realised that he made the mistake and to be penalised for that one, he opts to put himself at the back of the field. So Dan McLaren, tip your hat off to you, buddy. Kelly Wheeler gets the win by 2/10 of a second over Dylan Kinsey, Jake Henry, Matt Schaefer, Jason Butterfield, and Dan McLaren. That will be your top 3. We'll take another quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We'll come back with your main event on the other side of this. You're watching the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified from Kokomo. And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Catalytic Recovery here on Ultimate Dirt TV as well. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set to take a look at your feature race, starting a lineup for tonight's Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified. Samuel Backman lines up alongside Trevor Garreau in row number 1 of your main event. Row number 2 going to be Kelly Wheeler alongside Isaac Salas. Row 3 will see Jeffrey Barker start alongside Dylan Kinsey. We go back to row number 4 will be Jeff Sharp alongside John Hain. Row 5 will see Jake Henry and Logan Wentz. Row number 6 will be Trent Verstraeten and Matt Schaefer. Row number 8 will be Scott Rayomi and Randall Dixon. Row number 8 will be Jason Butterfield alongside Anthony Morano. Row number 9 will be Michael Vitale and Dan McLaren. Then we go back to row number 10 by himself. Michael Vecchio lines up the 007 machine from position number 19. We get ready for your catalytic recovery. Catalytic recovery. Big Block Modified A main event here live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is showtime, ladies and gentlemen, as they get the Wonder Green signal this time off for turn number 4. The racing.com pace car in the Steve King Foundation safety car is going to make its way to the infield on the exit of turn number 2. And then it is showtime. We go back to the RSN trackside 358 modified division. Trevor Garreau got the win over Trent Verstraeten, who started 21st, mind you, by 10/1000 of a second, and Dylan Kinsey rounded up the podium. Who will it be in the Big Block Modifieds? Catalytic Recovery, Big Block Modifieds. Let's get dirty for 30 here tonight at the Kokomo Speedway. It's going to be Trevor Garreau and Samuel Backman will lead the field. It's going to be Samuel Backman leading down the back straightaway. Salas on the outside of Wheeler. On the inside goes Jeffrey Barker in the Mega Plumbing Bilsteins number 513 car. Garreau going to go upstairs. Jeff Sharp, oh boy, he got tight, nearly got into the side of Wheeler. Down into turn 3 and 4 we go. Garreau through the middle. Barker on the inside. Barker has second and going right upstairs. Eating the concrete is going to be Isaac Salas. Salas will make quick work of the 075 machine here in the early parts of this main event. He had absolutely no luck in the RSN trackside 358 modified main event, but here comes Barker with a challenge on Samuel Backman down into turn number 3. Backman going to go upstairs, going to protect and try and slow down the 5 car, but leading lap number 4 is going to be Jeffrey Barker. Garreau to the inside now, getting by Salas once again. Salas just caught a piece of the concrete on the back straightaway. Salas again will take away position number 3. We've got yellow. That is going to be Michael Vecchio in the 007 car. Let's see what happened here to Vecchio. Oh, just got a little out of shape there in front of the 81 car of Schaefer. So Vecchio will stop to bring on the cautions. Jeffrey Barker, boy, he looks good early on. I'm going to say as does. I'm going to say that the top 4 or 5 drivers, they look really good at the start of this feature event, but it's all going to come back to who's going to be able to have the tyres saved as well late in this one. Kokomo racetrack, I don't think you really have to save all that much compared to like the big half-mile racetracks, the likes of Knoxville, Eldora, Charlotte, those type of racetracks. The bigger racetracks, these smaller racetracks, I think you can get on it a whole lot quicker, considering that it's going to be a lot shorter of a distance away around this, what I think, I'm pretty sure it's a quarter-mile racetrack, so we'll see who's going to have the best car at the end of this one. But right now, your catalytic recovery, Big Block Modifieds, here tonight from the Kokomo Speedway. Don't forget, in about just over about an hour and a half's time, an hour and 40 minutes time, Ultimate Dirt TV is going to be live once again, 9:30 Eastern, but for the now, Coast to Coast Racing Network is going to be live for at least the next couple of hours. Pro late models and the NASCAR Xfinity cars also live on Extreme eSpeed TV. Here we go, back to green flag action. We'll see what Isaac Salas is going to do from the inside of that second row. We know he just likes to send it upstairs. Samuel Backman now going to get a run on Salas down into turn number 3, but Salas just content with running the low side right now. So the Kokomo Speedway proving that it's got the number of different lines to choose from. You've got a top, you've got a bottom, You've got drivers starting to work to the middle of the racetrack. Here comes Backman. We go 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4 for the race lead. Lap number 8 going to belong to, I think it was Samuel Backman at the start-finish line. Maybe Jeffrey Barker, flip a coin, but you don't need to flip a coin right now because here comes Backman to the top shelf and around the outside of Barker, and also going to the top side is going to be Isaac Salas. So Salas now, since he thought, you know what? Okay, Barker, you lead the way. I'm going to come after you here in just a few moments' time. I'll get myself sorted into a rhythm, and now I'll launch an attack in about 3 or 4 laps' time. Trevor Garreau working to the inside there on Barker. Barker again trying to work over Isaac Salas as they work down into 3 and 4. Here comes Verstraeten now to the top shelf. John Hayne working it upstairs in that Extreme E-Speed TV number 71 machine. There's a challenge for the race lead. Slide job's about to come as they work down into turn number 3. Slide job by Salas. Oh, caught catching the wall was Backman, and that hadn't changed the line there. That changed the mindset of Isaac Salas going down into turn number 3. Garreau now find his way to a podium position, going to battle it out with the 088 car of Trent Verstraeten. Verstraeten and Garreau, they finished 1-2, 10 one-thousandths of a second, separated them in the 358 RSN trackside main event. What will it be this time? Will they find it out for the final spot on the podium? At the moment, they're almost going to be finding it out because Trevor Garreau has got position number 3. Now he's got second, but now Isaac says, no way, buddy, get your backside trackside because you're going to go back to position number 3. And Verstraeten is now going to send it upstairs. We're officially halfway home. It's 15 down and 15 to run. Samuel Backman, wouldn't this be a popular win if the Full Throttle Motorsports number 7 car was able to hold on to a victory here at Kokomo Speedway? Salas again coming after Backman as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Garreau on the inside. Oh boy, this is on right now for the race lead. Salas is really putting the pressure on Samuel Backman. Garreau still trying to make it work on the low side through turn number 1 and 2. He pulls up alongside Backman and Salas, but it's both drivers of Salas and Backman who get the run on the outside of turn number 2. Going to the middle of turn number 4 goes Salas. So trying to change up the line back to the low side down into 1 and 2 goes Salas. Here comes Backman around the outside. Oh, what a move by Samuel Backman. 11 to go at the start-finish line as they work through turn number 3 and 4. Trevor Garreau have a geese at the 075 car, making it work on the inside of the raceway. 10 laps left to run here in the main event, the catalytic recovery. Big block modifieds. Garreau makes a huge mistake there. That will give Salas back the runner-up spot. Still trying to run down Samuel Backman here in big block modified competition. Gambler Motorsports. Thursday Night Thunder Winter Season Week number 9. And again, each and every Thursday night with the 358s and big block modifieds, these drivers put on an absolute clinic of a show. Backman just catches the concrete wall, opens the door for Salas down to the inside. Slide jump coming, slide jump complete, crisscross underneath goes Backman. This is what Salas wanted. Now Salas is going to get to the top shelf, slide up right across the line to Backman. Oh boy, at the line, Salas will lead that lap with 7 to run. And you would think that would be all she wrote right now. You give Salas free rein on the top side once he's into the race lead. He is almost going to be near unbeatable at this stage. Backman still not giving it up without a fight. Trevor Garreau down to the inside. Garreau will find his way up to the runner-up spot. And again, just still working it to the low side. And again, makes a mistake. He looks so much better in 1 and 2 than what he does in 3 and 4. Samuel Backman again. Here he comes at Full Throttle Motorsports number 7 car. 4 circuits to go for Isaac Salas. And I hate that we haven't really seen anyone other than sort of your top 3 or 4 cars in tonight's feature event. But hey, where would you want to look right now? Because, oh, Salas into the wall. That's a mistake. That's a huge mistake. I think he should have enough to hold on, though, with 2.5 to go. Isaac Salas catching up to the back of lap cars. He knows that the pressure is going to be on from Samuel Backman. He just needs not to catch these lap cars. Jake Henry in the 171. There goes Vecchio down to the infield. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap left to go. 3 laps to go. He made a big mistake, but he still had enough to hold on to the race lead. White flag is out. Final time. Here at the Kokomo Speedway, the catalytic recovery, big block modifieds. Salas goes to the inside. He doesn't want to get anywhere near the concrete wall. Isaac Salas is going to pick up a main event victory. Oh, it's salsa time, baby. Isaac Salas with the win. We'll wait for the rest of the cars to come across the start-finish line. But he's wasted very little time to park it up in Brian Clausen victory lane. And there it is. Isaac Salas gets the win. He parks it in Brian Clausen victory lane. And what a race that was in tonight's feature event. Let's take a look at those official results. Isaac Salas gets the win from Samuel Bachman in second, Trevor Garreau third, fourth will be Jeffrey Barker, Trent Verstraeten comes home in fifth position, John Hayne in sixth, Jeff Sharp in seventh, Dylan Kinsey in eighth, Anthony Morano ninth, Logan Wentz makes up your top 10. We flip the script and go over to the final 8 finishes from 11th through to 19th. Final 9 finishes Scott Rayomi in 11th, Jason Butterfield 12th, Kelly Wheeler in 13th, 14th was Randall Dixon, Dan McLaren 15th, 16th was Matt Schaefer, Michael Vitale in 17th, Jake Henry in 18th, and the last car on the lead lap. Of course, we've seen Michael Vecchio pull the 007 infield with just 3 laps left to run. He'll come home with a 19th place finish. Boy, the big block modifieds and the 350A modifieds putting on an absolute clinic here tonight at the Kokomo Speedway. We'll chat to Trevor Garreau, who comes home in position number 3. Trevor, congratulations on yet another podium. This time you do it in the big block modifieds. And I'm going to say, again, you challenge those boys up for the race lead, but just look like you are just lacking that exit speed off turn number 4.
Sorry, Brad, what did you say? You were cutting out there a little bit.
Oh, it's doing it again, is it? Hang on. I was just going to say, mate, you are... Hang on. 1 second. Let me just lower the sensitivity. I don't know why this is doing this lately, but got me now. Okay, all clear.
Yeah,
just
it's a little better for sure.
Yeah. Hey, oh, there we go. 1 second. Nope. We're gonna go with that. That should be better. I've had enough of this other microphone. It's always a pain in the backside. But hey, another podium here tonight. You just looked a little bit sort of slowish and sluggish off the exit of turn number 4.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like as the run went on, I just I felt like the line, because it kind of wasn't in my favor. It was a little slick, especially if you missed the bottom. You were really just all rear tires in the slick, and then you'd really lose a lot of time. But coming up I think it was 4. There's a big hump coming out of 4 there on the bottom, so you kind of had to avoid it in order to get a good run. But if you hit it, then it would just upset the car a lot, and then you'd lose a lot of ground. And I think I got by Samuel there for a little bit, and then them guys were just way faster. I mean, I was trying to make the bottom work, and it just kept getting thinner and thinner. And then I hit the tire and got a little bit of wheel damage. And I don't know if that affected the car at all. It felt fine, but we'll definitely take another podium.
Any stage during that race did you think about going to the top side, knowing that those guys on the top side were making it work, or were you just sort of comfortable working it down to the inside, just trying something different to get by and get into the race lead?
Honestly, no, I wasn't even thinking about the top at all, or any other line, just because I knew it's the same for the bottom. If you made one little mistake, you're hitting the tire. If you make one little mistake on the top, you're hitting the wall. But I would probably rather hit the tire than I would the wall, because I'm kind of notorious for that. I'll just send it in a little too hard, backing into the wall, ruin my own race. But yeah, I didn't really think about the top at all. It was a little too slick for my liking. Them guys are better wheelmen than I am. They were able to make it work, and I kind of thought about the middle a little bit once we started separating ourselves from the field there. I was like, maybe I'll give it a shot, but I would inch closer and closer, and then I was like, I'll just stay to the bottom. And then there was like 5 laps left or something, and I was like, whatever, I'll just settle for a third place and stay at the bottom. And yeah, I'll take it for sure.
Settle for a third, settle for another podium, a win in the 358 to now a third place in the big block modified. Trevor, congratulations on this podium run here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 075 car one more time.
Yeah, I just want to thank the usual. I mean, Dean Reynolds for coming on board with the Super Dirt Car Series. Big ups to him. And my graphics guy, I forgot to shout him out in the last one, 42 Graphics. He makes some awesome cars. And my teammate Trent on another really good run. And my buddy Caleb, you for doing the broadcast. You're always awesome to listen to there I always rewatch it, and it's fun to hear you call these races. So thank you, and thanks to everybody at C2C for putting this stuff on.
Trevor Garreau, ladies and gentlemen, home in position number 3. He capped off a night with a win in the 358 modifieds and now caps it off with a third place in the big block modifieds. Home in second place tonight. It's probably one that got away from him in the end, but I tell you what, I'm sure this man is going to be very happy with the second place finish. Samuel Backman. Sam, mate, second place here tonight. I mean, nothing to hang your head about. You finish up behind Isaac Salas, but probably one little mistake that sort of cost you there at the end. But, I mean, still a good run for you in the 7 car.
Yeah, it's just nearly impossible to beat Isaac and to fix that up. But I mean, I'll take a second place. I had a feeling I could hold him off, but for the whole race. But he obviously ended up getting by me with like 10 to go, and I mean, he's just a little bit quicker. And I looked in my mirror and I seen Trevor coming on the bottom. I was like, wow, that bottom's really sticking for him down there. And I was like, I better get going, hopefully, because hopefully he didn't get me, but ended up coming home with the second. I'll take it.
I think it took you like a couple of laps to get to the top. So was the plan always to be that, you know, once you sort of were able to get clear of the field, was the game plan to get up to the top side and utilize that outside of the racetrack, or was that just sort of, you know, you take it lap by lap and just sort of see what happens throughout the course of the night?
Yeah, I'd take it lap by lap. I took right off the rip. I went on the bottom and I tried that for a couple laps, and Jeff got by me and I went up top and went to go try that, and it was sticking real good, so I just ran with that the rest of the race.
Like, what did you have to do differently to beat that number 5 car here tonight? Because, you know, all throughout the course of that 30-lap main event yourself, Isaac, Trevor, you guys put on one hell of a show. You guys pretty much got 95% of coverage here on this main event.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I guess just me getting better. I mean, he's just too good, to be honest.
Sammy, well done on the second place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you think of it involved on the 7 car.
Yeah, the boys over at FTM, Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Gunner with Swan Speed Shop, Expert Installation, and you guys at Coast to Coast and Ultimate Dirt Series for putting this on.
Sammy, well done on second place finish. We look forward to seeing you back next week. Good luck for the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Samuel Backman home in second place. Samuel getting the win here tonight in the 5 car. It is Isaac Salas. Isaac, congratulations on this victory here tonight, boy. You really were made to earn that one after the 358 modifieds didn't go your way. You come back with a vengeance and you come back with another win. Salsa time, baby. How's this one feel?
Yeah, buddy. This salsa time was really needed. If you couldn't tell. Took a little hiatus last week, trying to get moved all over to the apartment. So, yeah, to come back and have just a miserable 358, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be how my night goes already. And then to come back and win this big block was something special.
You go quick time in both races. The invert obviously puts you on the outside of the second row in the opening heat race of the night. Then, of course, you go back to the 358, so things didn't go your way in the main event. But when you come back here and, you know, you come back with, take this as a pun if you like, you come back with venom in the blood. You really wanted to get the job done here tonight. Was that correct?
Oh, big time, man. I felt like I had something in the 358 race so just to make some mistakes and then in those initial laps and to get involved in that wreck. Really put a fire underneath the chair that I'm in to get up here and try to do something.
Those first 15, 20 laps, you battle with Sam, you battle with Trevor, you're just unable just to get clear, and a number of times you tried the slider. I think with about 7 or 8 to go, you finally put the slider on, you cleared him, and then you went into turn number 3, and he was to the middle of the racetrack. Then you went round the outside. Was that the moment of the race that you knew that it was going to be pretty much as long as you don't make that mistake, as long as you don't fence yourself like you did with 3 to 4 laps to go, that, you know, you're going to be able to hold on to a race win?
Yeah, I mean, you try to set up a guy throughout the race and try to take the chances that you get, and finally with like that 7-8 to go, I got near him and finally got into a slider battle with him, and he slid me in 3 and 4 and just went just a little bit too far, and I kind of saw it coming and got to turn underneath him. And from there, it was like, all right, let's not make any mistakes. But then I remember that Trevor was still just absolutely pounding the bottom, and decided that I wanted to tear the wall down with like 4 to go or 3 to go. So that was pretty cool.
Isaac, buddy, congratulations on the victory here tonight. The Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds here on this Gambler Motorsports and Thursday Night Thunder. Before we let you go, we'll let you celebrate. We'll let you thank everybody involved on this 5K one final time.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to all those guys over at Venom Racing. Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your Six Racing Network, RSN Trackside, Mission 22, everything they do for our veterans. My Gramps, Top Notch Trucking, thanks to you for the amazing broadcast every week, man. It's always fun to go back and watch them. And then thanks to my friends, my family, thanks to my girlfriend for watching. And yeah, I think that's about it.
There we go, Isaac Salas with some salsa time, baby, here at the Kokomo Speedway. Well, the RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds, the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds are done here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Still plenty of action still to come here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We'll bring in Travis Piercefield. Travis, Pro Late Models to the Kokomo Raceway, and then the NASCAR Xfinity cars at Richmond, I believe it was. I seen earlier on. Yes, it is Richmond. Doubleheader for you. How do you feel with the Pro Late Models and then taking the NASCAR Xfinity cars to Richmond?
Feeling good as always. We'll have those late models here at Kokomo. They're out there doing hot laps right now. And then as you mentioned, going to Richmond, we move away from the road course of Kansas from a couple weeks ago to the Oval in Richmond, Virginia. So it should be a good ending to tonight's Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder.
Well, we look forward to having your company here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. But for now, on Ultimate Dirt TV side of things, we are going to sign off and say goodnight. But still plenty of action still to come here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. You're watching the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder.